up guys, it's Donnie, and in this video I'm going to talk about why am I switching over from the Gh4. The Gh4 has been a really good DSLR camera. When I had my Canon, I was able to learn a lot of the basic aspects about filmmaking. And when I got the Gh4, I learned a lot about cinematography, color grading, and pretty much what you can do with 4K. But this time I'm moving away so I can try a new style and so I can learn it in the process. I'm going cinema. No, it's not like I'm going Hollywood or anything like that. Maybe some short films and stuff. But I feel like switching to a proper cinema camera would allow me to learn more in depth about color grading, using LUTs, get more into cinematography. More importantly, shooting RAW would allow me to further express myself in terms of color grading or editing my images. So that's why I'm switching over from the Gh4 to a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K. I'm not switching over because of the hype, but I'm switching over because it allows me to learn further about cinematography, further about filmmaking, further about videography. And I feel like something like this will allow me to get more into short films, music videos, even corporate videos. This, in this bag, is my full setup. It's not a cheap camera. I actually have to sell both of my Gh4s so I can afford this one. Actually, I'm gonna sell this one pretty soon, this camera that I'm using right now. But here is the whole setup. Yep, it's messy. Here's the whole setup. I didn't buy just the camera, but I bought all the rig that goes along with it. The cage, all the attachments. We'll start off with the Pocket Cinema 4K itself. So, no, not the whole thing. Don't worry about these cages. They're there for a reason. I've only done a few tests on it and I've only done a few clips on it, but so far it's a very hard process to take. I'm gonna have a couple more videos that would talk about the Pocket Cinema 4K. But here's the camera itself. Very large screen. The large screen definitely helps you see your framing better, but more importantly, like all your controls is in this. So I decided not to depend on this too much. That's why I got a monitor that would go along with it. I'll list below everything that I bought with this camera. The case that goes along with it is by SmallRig, and the holder for the SSD. I got 3 cables in here connected. I know it's kind of messy. USB-C for the SSD drive, HDMI for the monitor, and the power cable for the battery. I also got this leather strap so I can have a better grip when I'm holding the camera on the side. With the SmallRig cage, I also got a base adapter with a rod clamp. I'll be able to expand the base of my camera using rods to adapt my Canon lens to the Pocket Cinema. For now, I'm using my Viltrox EF M2 speed booster. If you can afford it, get a Metabones. So temporarily, I'm going to use the Viltrox until I can afford to get a Metabones Ultra. I'm still going to use my Sigma 18 to 35 lens. Still a neat lens. Very sharp images, and dude, I can put a lot of light on it, especially with the Viltrox lens in it. I also bought a NATO handle that would go in there on top, and my Feelworld F5 monitor would screw here on top, like so. The monitor is connected by a monitor mount right here. It's also by SmallRig. I can attach it right on the NATO mount right here, and I'll be able to like tilt my monitor if I need to. Rods, I got 8-inch rods connected by a rod holder and a V-mount adapter, a B-mount holder right here. So that should go on the bottom like so. Again, I have to be careful with this SSD. I just went with a Samsung T5. 500 gigs is fine. Of course, the benefits of this is once you record something in here, you can easily pop it off, plug it to your computer, your MacBook, or whatever computer you have that has USB-C port on it, and you can start uploading files right away, start editing. So that goes It's always tricky. There we go. Tighten the clamp like that. The cables are held by a cable holder right here. The cable holder only holds the HDMI and the USB-C. The power cable is gonna be a little separate. So I went with a Sony f750. This is the battery for the camera itself. Nope, this doesn't come with the camera. The battery that comes with the camera is actually a basic Canon battery. It's an LPE6, but sometimes only lasts like 30 minutes. That's why get one of these bad boys. This can last me like 4 hours or 4 to 5 hours. That thing snaps on the V-mount back there. The benefit about this is it gives a little bit more weight on the back, so it gives an even weight distribution. Clicks on there. Plug it to the side right here. Of course, I will still keep a battery inside the camera itself, so on those times where I have to switch the battery, that is if I get another battery, I don't have to turn off my camera. I'll still be able to switch. And there you go. There's my new rig. Well, it's not the most ideal setup for vlogging, but I think it will work. Through this, I'll be able to like shoot RAW, learn the concepts about shooting RAW. That would help me improve and learn more about color grading, color correction. By the way, the camera comes with a copy of DaVinci Resolve, so that's like the industry standard for color grading. Expect a lot more videos using this. Please feel free to critique if you feel like the quality is getting better or the quality is getting worse, or I need to improve my color grading. This will allow me to kind of like assess like what else I need to improve in production. Okay, so again, that's my video about my new rig. I'll talk more about this camera in future videos, so stay tuned for those videos. Again, this is Donnie, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.